Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, fellow children and youth, we children want to talk about forests, monkeys, and mosquitoes. Thank you for giving us, children, the chance to speak here, and thank you for making this year the International Year of Forest. Because for us children, forests are not only the livelihood of billions, but for us children, forests are our future. If we children think about future, then we think about two main crises. The poverty crisis, with 30,000 children dying of starvation every single day. 30,000 children are dying in an incredible rich world. And the climate crisis, with one part of the world, the rich part, a small minority, exhausting the most, and the ones that already suffer will suffer even more in future. We children understand that the adults know everything about these crises. But we children don't understand why there's so little action. We know that adults know exactly what challenges we have, and they know the solutions to these challenges. But we don't understand why there's so little action. During many discussions, physical and virtual, we children often discussed why there's so little action. And we ended with three possible reasons for this. The first reason might be the perception of future. For most adults, future seems to mean 20, 30, or even 40 years. But for us children, 2100 is still in our lifetime. And for most adults, or for adults, it's an academic question. If the sea level will rise by 1, 2, or 3 centimeters, or 7 meters until the end of this century. But for many of us children, it's a question of survival. Another reason why there's so little action on the sides of the adults might be that many adults seem to hide behind the climate skeptics, the ones that say there is no climate crisis. We children also often discussed about that topic. But for all these people, we have an answer. If we follow the scientists that tell us there is a crisis, and if we act, and in 20 years we find out they were wrong, then we didn't do any mistake. But if we follow the skeptics and don't do anything, and in 20 years we find out that they were wrong, it will be too late to save our future. My friend once told me a third possible reason, a third way to explain the behavior of the adults. If you let a monkey choose if he wants 1 banana now or 6 bananas later, the monkey always chooses the 1 banana now. From this analysis, we children understood we cannot trust that adults alone will save our future. We have to take our future in our own hands. To do that, we children often made consultations, we often discussed what we have to do. And in our most recent consultation, we asked ourselves, what would we do if we were the heads of governments? And we ended with a very simple 3-point plan. The first point is carbon into the museum, which means that we have to go down to 0 emissions until 2050. And the great thing about this is that all the technology we need for 0 emissions already exists. Our second point is that we need to bring poverty to the museum through climate justice. We have to accept that if we don't want to go over another 2 degrees limit, then we have a limited budget of CO2 we can exhaust that we have to accept. This budget of CO2 we can still emit is 600 billion tons. So 600 billion tons divided through the next 40 years. And the world's population, which will soon be 10 billion people, is 1.5 tons per person per year. And who wants more pays more to the ones that exhaust less. And the third point we children found is trees and forests. We have to protect the forests, the already existing forests. We have to keep the rainforests from disappearing. And in addition, we have to plant trees. It is now more than 4 years ago that we children started the Plant for the Planet Children initiative, planting 1 million trees in each country of the world. It is also more than 4 years ago that Wangari Maathai started the Billion Tree campaign. It is now time that we work together. We combine our forces, old and young, rich and poor, and together we can plant 1 trillion trees. We can start a 1 trillion tree campaign. We children think that we can manage to plant 1 trillion trees in 10 years. The Americans made it to the moon in 10 years. The Chinese planted 2.7 billion trees in 2009. And to be honest, 1 trillion trees is only 150 trees per person. So we can manage. To conclude, we children have a campaign, Stop Talking, Start Planting. With this campaign, it's a very powerful campaign to spread the message to all people of the world. This is our campaign. We can use this campaign together. And to end, I want to give a message to all children of the world. We children are the majority on this world. We can make a difference. And never forget, 1 mosquito cannot do anything against a rhino, but 1,000 mosquitoes can make a rhino change its direction.